It is a report of a scholar upon some piece of research which has completed. In the area of computing, it is defined as a technical report on a systematic investigation of a problem that can be solved using computing. It may include a solution, an approximate or partial solution, a scientific investigation, or the development of results leading to the solution of the problem. On project, an undertaking appropriate to a professional field. It should significantly address an exciting problem or need. An IT capstone project focuses on the infrastructure, application, or process involved in implementing computing solution to a problem. Responsibilities of a capstone project students. Upon enrollment in the thesis capstone project, the researcher has the sole responsibility of conceptualizing, undertaking, monitoring, and writing the thesis report. It is therefore necessary for a researcher to learn the necessary skill and competency in the conduct of research. Although there will be an assigned advisor who will guide the student research in the conduct of the study, it is not the advisor's responsibilities to fit everything to the researcher, because this defeat the purpose of teaching a researcher to be independent and to be competent. Besides, it will be the researcher who will present the result of the study in the final oral defense and not the advisor. Capstone project as a thesis and research work. Based from CHED Memorandum Order Number 25 Series of 2015, the thesis capstone project are required for candidates for graduation in all computing programs. Both the thesis and capstone project are terminal project requirements that would not only demonstrate a student's comprehensive knowledge of the area of students and research methods used, but also allow them to apply the concept and methods to a specific problem in their area of specialization. CCSICT Intellectual Property Policy. The college adopt the University Research Development Intellectual Property Policy and Guidelines, treasuring the substantial creativity, innovativeness, and intellectual contribution of the faculty, research, and support staff, as well as students in the creation of intellectual property. The university adopts the policy guidelines of Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. A. Project duration. The thesis capstone project will be completed within 2 semesters, Capstone Project 1 and Capstone Project 2. In case that the student will not be able to comply the requirements within the prescribed semester, she will be given another 2 semesters as extension to complete the capstone project. Failure. To complete within the 4 semester duration, the students will be required to re-enroll Capstone Project 1 and Capstone Project 2, considering that the average lifespan of a software is 3 years. In case the student will pass thesis Capstone Project 1 but will fail to complete Capstone Project 2 within 2 semesters, the students will be required to re-enroll thesis Capstone Project 1 and thesis Capstone Project 2. B. Project group composition. The capstone project group will be composed of most 3 members depending on the complexity of the project. Students will be allowed to choose their group members, but still the subject teacher has the final decision to approve the said group depending on the capability of the members of the group. C. Capstone Project Advisor. The Dean Program Chair is given the authority to select the students, advisor, and panel members based from the faculty members' competency and expertise on the Capstone project topic. The selection of advisor for the Capstone project will be limited to those faculty members from the ICT. Appointment of advisor from other department, college, institution, universities will be allowed on a case basis. Contract of service. COS faculty members may handle Capstone project advisorship provided that there be a permanent faculty member who will be a co-advisor to ensure that there will be somebody who will assume the advisorship once the contract of the former is terminated. The maximum member of Capstone project advisorship is 5 per faculty member. D. Panel composition. The Dean Program Chair will assign qualified and competent faculty members who will constitute the defense panel. The defense panel shall be composed of the following. Number 1. Chairman, preferably the Dean Program Chair, or a faculty with at least master's degree. Number 2. Members, one may be a content expert. E. Duties and responsibilities of the panel chairman. Brief the proponent's researcher about the proposal hearing, oral defense program during the actual proposal hearing or oral defense, respectively. Issue the verdict. The verdict is unanimous decision among the 3 members of the thesis capstone project proposal hearing or oral defense panel. One issued, it is final and irrevocable. Nominate a thesis capstone project for the Outstanding Research Capstone Project Award. F. Duties and responsibilities of panel members, content expert. Validate the endorsement of the advisor. The panel served as internal auditor, putting some form of check and control on the kinds of thesis capstone project being approved by the college. Evaluate the deliverable. Recommended a verdict. Listen and consider the request of the advisor and or the proponent's researcher. Nominate a thesis capstone project for the Outstanding Research Project Award. Duties and responsibilities of the project thesis capstone project subject teacher. The subject teacher is by default the advisor of all group assigned to him or her. Announce research capstone project area at the start of each semester to the students. Conduct general meetings with the student to discuss the capstone project guidelines, policies, and deliverable, and to allow the students to raise and clarify issues. Select proposal hearing and oral defense panel for each team. Schedule research capstone project activities such as the deadlines of deliverable and proposal hearing and oral defense session. G. Duties and responsibilities of the project thesis capstone project subject teacher. Post-scheduled proposal hearing and oral defense guidelines, requirements guidelines, and other announcements. Furnish everything member of the proposal hearing and oral defense panel with all the necessary capstone project documents before the proposal hearing or oral defense. File at least one copy of the proposal hearing and oral defense panel evaluation, including revision, and receive and approve deliverable at various stage of the research capstone project. Submit collated grades of students under his/her section for that term. H. Duties and responsibilities of advisor. Ensure that study proposed by the students conform to the standard of the college and has immediate or potential impact on the research trust of university. Guides the research capstone project students in the following tasks while in proposal stage. Defining research problem objectives in clear, specific terms. Building a working bibliography for the researcher. Identifying variables and formulating hypotheses in any. Determining research design population to be studied. Research environment instrument to be used and the data collection procedure. H. Duties and responsibilities of the advisor. Meets the team regularly at least twice a month. Note, the team must seek properly appointment to answer questions and help resolve impasses and conflict. Advisor must remind the proponent's researcher to do their work properly. Reviews truly all deliverable at every stage of the researcher capstone project to ensure that they meet the department standards. The advisor may also require his/her proponent's researcher to submit progress report regularly. Recommended the proponent's researcher for proposal hearing and oral defense. The advisor should not sign the proposal hearing notice and oral defense notice if he/she believes that the proponent's researcher are not yet ready for proposal hearing and oral defense, respectively. This if the proponent's researcher fail in the proposal hearing oral defense, it is partially the advisor's fault. Duties and responsibilities of the advisor. Clarifies points during the proposal hearing oral defense. Ensure that all required revision are incorporated into the appropriate document and or software. Keep form of the schedule of research capstone project activities, required deliverable and deadlines. Recommends to proposal hearing and oral defense panel the nomination of his/her research capstone project for an award. As a special advisor, he/she is responsible to be a provider, an encourager, a dictator, a connector, an employment agency. J. This is capstone project presentation as recommended by the Philippine Society of IT Education, PSITE. Research community public presentation is required. It should be a school-based presentation open for public viewing. This is capstone project turnover. Project turnover is limited to the software developed, not including the requirement used during implementation as stated in the MOU. In the event that the student is willing to donate the equipment, it must be stated in the MOU. L. This is capstone project grading system. The final grade of each proponents will comprise of the following: average grade of the panel members 30%, subject teacher 30%, advisor of the capstone project group 30%, peer grading 10%, a total of 100%. Verdicts. There will be 4 possible verdicts after the proposal defense. The verdict is unanimous decision among the 3 members of the panel commit. Once issued, it is final and irrevocable. Approved minor revision are necessary, but they do not have to be presented in front of and checked by all panelists. 86 to 100. Approved with revisions. Major revisions shall be incorporated in the final copy of the revised project proposal summary, there must be checked by the panelists 70 to 85. Disapproved. The proponent's researcher failed to propose a researchable or scholarly capstone project below 70. Verdict. Final defense. Accepted with the revision. Revisions are necessary but they do not have to be presented in front of the check by all panelists. 71 to 100. Oral defense. Another oral defense session in which all 70 to 85 not accepted. The proponent's researcher failed to propose researchable or scholarly capstone project below 70. System and manuscript defense. Capstone project output group grade using system prototype rubrics 70%. Oral examination individual grade some rubric with proposal 30%, a total of 100%. Capstone project output group grade 70%. The output should be consistent with the objectives as defined during the proposal stage 25%. All major module and features of the system output as defined after the proposal stage are delivered. The credit shall be based on the percentage of delivered item 25%. Group debugging. The group shall display competence in resolving planted bugs 20%.